I'm coming.
So it is the auditors of Bank of Ghana for 2025 who went back to give you the 2024 figure. But in the 2024 figure,
it was not reported.
I agree with you. I'll take it from where you ended, that a man's name is all he has. And for me, this in itself should serve as a useful lesson for all of us. Because we're in this country when we're told by my good friend that Dr. Baumia is the owner of Hubtel, and that every CD that people use to purchase prepaid, a portion of it goes to Dr. Baumia. He knew at the time that it wasn't true, but he said it. A lot of things were said in this country when they were in opposition. And so now you are in government and the heat is being, rained down on you, and rightfully so.
You should accept falsehood.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying that. Yeah, rightfully, your name is important. And so I'm saying that going forward, we should make this useful lessons to learn and refine how we do our politics of misinformation and falsehoods and things that we peddle against our political opponents. That said, you see, he who goes to equity must go with clean hands.
Yes.
Sammy, you make a point that the 400 million loss that was made in 2004 was not disclosed by the Bank of Ghana in its accounts. And that the 1.7 billion that the IMF report is gross loss, even though they don't state so. But you explained that the Bank of Ghana's own statement that they had issued earlier indicated a 21.85 billion loss, of which the government of Ghana had paid 5 billion as contribution to reduce the debt because of the cost that, its contribution to the cost that Bank of Ghana had incurred. And some sale that the Bank of Ghana had made with gold that it had. And so that then brings a net loss of 9 billion. In 2004, the Bank of Ghana reports a net loss. 2024 reports a net loss equivalent to the 400 million in its accounts. Of course, in that year, government of Ghana did not pay any money to Bank of Ghana to reduce its gross loss. Neither did Bank of Ghana sell any gold to defray the gross loss that they had made. So the 400 million that is reported in the IMF document is actually what is reported in the Bank of Ghana account as net. So if you allege that the MPP government under Dr. Anderson did not disclose the loss that they have made in this account, clearly, it's not supported by the facts. It's not. And I've seen people already post on social media that Sammy Gyamfi, MPP, hid 400 million from what Sammy Gyamfi, Hobson and Co. They've started posting. Okay, but
you recognize also that he took it from a background of a previous interaction with Dr. Kabiru.
The document he's reading is a 2025 document.
But the 2024 accounts is reported in the 2024.
When you are reporting in 2025, the auditor KPMG is giving you 2024 versus 2025.
Absolutely.
But in the 2024, it is not there.
Why is it not there?
Show me the 2024.
No,
but I don't.
I'm coming.
So it is the auditors of Bank of Ghana for 2025 who went back to give you the 2024 figure. But in the 2024 figure,
it was not reported.
There.
Okay.
And the 2023 figure,
we can validate it.
Is this not my own document?
No, it's not. It's not yours. I pulled it from the Bank of Ghana.
This hard copy, I brought it to the studio.
No, I pulled it and screenshot it this morning and printed it.
But you agree that it's 2025.
It's right here.
You agree that this was signed by Governor Siaman.
But I don't have to go to the 2024 account.
You have to go.
Why? Because wait.
Go to it and show me in 2024 when they reported the 400 million.
Wait. I don't have to go. Because the 2024 account, the previous year's account, is reported in the current year account, so you do the comparison.
No.
Every financial reporting is
you are largely right, but when there are variations to an existing report, you find those variations re-reported here. All right,
but I don't have a problem. I'm saying
what Sammy is saying is that when you take the 24 accounts, it wasn't calculated.
It was not there.
So this correction was done.
No, you pull it. You pull it. Pull it up because I don't have the time to.
If you can show me in the 2024 accounts where the BOG reported a $400 million loss under domestic gold purchase program.
Yes, so let me show it.
I will resign as CEO.
No, it's not a question of. It's not a question of resign.
All the reported was no domestic gold purchase program loss in it.
Need you to
just check.
No, even if we
I realized something that between 2021 up to 2023 thereabout, there was some loss also, but we are not talking about it.
There have been losses when this thing started.
Up to $1 billion plus, right?
I keep saying it. Your people are on social media insulting me. The thing was designed to make losses.
Exactly.
And was designed to make, I repeat, accounting losses.
Because they were buying at spot price.
No, again, when we speak about losses, we should be careful.
It's the nature of it.
The report was addressing accounting losses. Economically, there may be no loss because it was a policy expense that was willfully incurred to achieve a particular benefit.
Which has been achieved.
Which has been achieved. So we had it in 2021, and that was more on the go for oil side as part of the program. Then we had it again in 2023, with the expanded regime going to the entire domestic gold purchase program with G4R being a part of it. All right. But it was always designed to make losses, accounting losses. And for one reason, to deal with the issue of smuggling. Because if you don't get access to that asset, you can't leverage that asset for economic transformation or stability. And that is what we were struggling with. And it was so easy to find because you see, you go on the UN, Comtrade data, and then you go to Dubai. Dubai data is there. You say, we have exported more according to Dubai than we ourselves we have captured. So where is the gold? So the way to fix it was this. People criticized it, including Imani. I mean, that particular thing. But there was a reason. Yes. And that reason may just be intertemporal. The critical conversation, I think the MPP missed this. All right? The critical conversation right now is if we've transitioned into trying to stabilize things, we've transitioned into trying to formalize processes with a GoldBod structure. I fully agree with Kofi when he talks about progress, and he also talks about GoldBod being one of the most strategic policy interventions we made in our economy. We should realize that GoldBod did not just happen. It is a growth and amalgamation of policy actions and testings and corrections over time, and also be further correction. Baumia contributed.
He started
it. Yes. Addison contributed.
Yes.
Esiama has contributed.
Yes.
John Mama has perfected it. Relatively.
It's not perfect.
Perfected what he inherited.
He added relatively.
He has a relatively.
Yes.
He has done that. And now that we are moving again out of the Bank of Ghana funded regime, we have to actually now optimize what we are doing with better clarity.
All right, thank you.
So look, guys, we were having the wrong conversation.
Yes.
What we should be having a conversation with Sammy is that now you didn't make the loss. You have operated, and I commend you, Sammy. The fact that you've been able to manage the process to optimize our output, you must be commended because that's your real KPI in this. Is your compliance with the framework and the gold output you eventually realize. And maybe those are the reasons why they gave them enforcement too, so that they can't excuse why they were not performing. All right. Okay. So in the act. So the key question on the policy side, if this is coming to you, like you rightly said, 1st July, and you've been taking responsibility, what have you changed in the policy structure, in the operational strategy that will make sure that we don't have another 1.7 billion loss? Yeah. How do we zero out that loss? Or how do we have a fiscal structure that accommodates the loss in a way that is sustainable for our economy going forward?
Or eliminate the loss.
The conversation we should be having.
Right.
The loss.
Right. But you are asking him questions that the answers may take too long.
No, I'll summarize.
And you haven't asked me to allocate that time.
Yeah, I'll
All right, quickly.
So a few things. Number one, Kofi Bentel's general position is right. We've made progress under this whole gold purchase framework, using gold to show up our economy. Significant progress has been made, and what we have now is not perfect. I'll be a hypocrite to dismiss that. Just that Kofi has done very well today in being factual that the GoldBod has not made a loss. But when sometimes he turns around and say that, oh, it's a matter of opinion, please. All laws be lost. Whether Jonah swallowed Bonsu or the Bonsu swallowed Jonah, there's a swallow there. However, that is why when our parents gave birth to us, they gave us names. If you have not made a loss, and I have made a loss, and I say you have made a loss, you will not accept it. So just be factual about that so that we can have a dispassionate conversation. You see, imagine this conversation had not been made about Sammy Gyamfi and GoldBod and bail conditions. We would have been discussing policy. But when you make it about a person, then
we have discussed policy as well. So
number two, yeah, we've discussed policy as well. Then number two, quasi-fiscal risk, please. You made the same mistake that Mercer initially made. That once the IMF says that the domestic good purchase program is a quasi-fiscal activity and therefore should move to GoldBod, then it means that the lawsuits that have been made are GoldBod losses. That's not the meaning. IMF is saying that the central bank. No, let me answer that. Let me answer that.
Sorry,
please,
gentlemen.
No, you're not entitled.
Gentlemen,
you're not entitled.
Gentlemen, hold on.
I want to take my responsibility.
The Bank of Ghana engages
guys, hold on. Guys, hold on there. Hold on. Thank you.
So hold on. What is quasi? Hold on. What is quasi-fiscal activity? Quasi-fiscal activity are activities by SOEs or the central bank, which should have been activities of fiscal agencies like the Ministry of Finance and be captured on the budgets, like subsidies. So the IMF says what you are doing to bring in dollars is like a subsidy. The Ministry of Finance and its agencies must be responsible. You, as a central bank, your mandate is monetary policy. So stay away from fiscal activities. So they are asking for a shift of responsibility. It is not to say that losses already incurred at the time that quasi-fiscal activity was being performed by the central bank is the cause or responsibility of the GoldBod. So let's understand that. Then I want to repeat my challenge to my good brother, Egyapa Mercer, Honorable Egyapa Mercer. Honorable, the 2025 audited accounts were prepared by KPMG, signed by the current leadership of the Bank of Ghana. That is Governor Esiama. It is the 2025 audited report. It is in that report that the domestic gold purchase program loss for 2024 of 5.6 billion, which was concealed under your tenure, was disclosed in 2025. You see, so if you want to show that Sammy Gyamfi is not being truthful and that there was no concealment, no cover-up, take your 2024 audited accounts and show me where you disclose that 5.6 billion. It is not there. You only disclose gold for oil losses.
All right.
Then finally, on Hubtel, Egyapa, the old man, Dr. Bawumia, is sitting there somewhere enjoying his peace.
He's not an old man.
If you want us, old man is the balance the youth use to address people elderly out of respect. You understand?
Go ahead.
If you want me to go back to what I said and defend that, we can do that. But I don't think we'll have time to do that today. It is not that. No, I never said that by saying that somebody owns a company, his name is on incorporation documents. I was talking about front-end. And that is a discussion we can have. And finally, to your advice. And finally, to your advice.
4 years ago, you guys have taken
since you quoted the Bible, I want to quote the Bible and also end. Samson.
As long as you're not wearing
I have not insulted anybody. Somebody attacked my person and I have responded. And you quoted Proverbs. So let me also quote you Proverbs 26, verse 5. It says, answer a fool according to his folly, or he will be wise in his own eyes.
Okay.
So please, I have just given somebody the response he acted for. And finally, Samson, you are right when you say that the person against whom I use the word extortion is not in the studio and therefore it's not fair. I agree with you. And that is why we should try and get him in the studio next time so that it can be fair for me to raise that point. And if he so challenges, we can interrogate that. On that note, I am done discussing this issue in the media. We will be focused on the important work the president has given us for the betterment of our country. If anybody still wants to talk about GoldBod losses, their own palaver. If they call us to appear before Parliament, we will go and deal with the issues.
And thank you very much.
For the
Thank you very much.